Perhaps now might be a good time for a rest, Nathan.
Well, if we combine it with a toilet break, we should be able to stay on schedule. And now, Denise, once you've sufficiently composed yourself, perhaps you'd like to, according to the OS map, that's Ordnance Survey to all you non-ramblers, there should be a kissing gate just up ahead. And beyond that, a thicket of conifers, which should provide sufficient shielding from prying eyes whilst you alleviate yourself.
I'm not waiting in the woods, Nathan, so forget it.
Oh, Denise, do you have to be so coarse? We are in the Lake District.
Oh, she's just saying it to shock Yvonne. Don't rise to it. And if your daughter won't relieve herself in a wooded area, then she'll just have to use the she-wee.
She will do no such thing.
The what we?
She-wee.
What's one of them when it's at home?
It's an innovation.
It's a degradation.
Basically, Yvonne,
Oh, God, he's off.
it's a female urinal made from the same material as the Challenger space shuttle. It frees women from the tyranny of a weak bladder and the lack of feminine facilities on your average little fowl.
Oh, look at that hour, Denise. And it's dishwasher safe too. Hey, what'll they think of next?
I'm not using it, it's perverse. A woman doing a what's it stood up. Women squats, that's how we're designed.
Not after 2 children. My days of squatting are long gone. If I squat, I'll need a safety net round my ankle.
Well, I don't know what else to suggest then.
Well, are there no proper toilets?
You're in the countryside.
Oh, I knew we should have stayed in village.
Oh, yes. That tea room looked lovely, overlooking the church. Doilies, paper napkins, tablecloths. Yeah, we're dead picturesque.
Yeah, and do you know who's buried in that church?
Yes, Nathan, we do. And you want to know why we know? Because you've told us 50 frigging times today.
Who was it again?
Wordsworth.
Yeah, lovely. Tiger, tiger, burning bright. What cruel bastard set you alight?
Oh man, that were Quentin Blake. Wordsworth were daffodils.
Oh, I wondered lonely as a doodad.
Ah, that's it.
Yeah, and he's buried in the churchyard in Grasmere.
Which is where we should be right now. Nice pot of tea on a gingham tablecloth. Tray cakes, scones, fresh cream, and dollops of jam.
Oh, lovely. Only I'd have a flapjack, not a cake. It's weighing come Thursday.
How many sins are in a flapjack?
I don't know. But do you know there are 14 sins in the curly whirly?
What? 14 sins? In a curly whirly? But it's mostly O's.
Skinny Carol reckons all's a fattening.
These bloody shoes are killing me.
Well, you'll get no sympathy from me. High heels are not appropriate footwear.
Yeah, he's got a point, love.
Oh, but they look fab though, don't they? I borrowed them off of our Chantel.
I was half hoping the kids might tag along, truth be told. Keep their old nan company.
You're kidding, aren't you? Apparently they don't do countryside.
I did try and convince your granddaughter to come along with them.
I did, but she threatened to call Childline. Said if we made her come, she'd report us for child abuse.
What did you say to that?
I told her to do it. You're 21, they wouldn't give a shit. I said I could kick your ass from Wigan to Windermere and there's not a thing Esther Bleeding Ransom can do about it.
So where are they instead then?
Oh, our Kyle's at football practice and our Chantel's probably still in bed.
We just hope that it's her own.
Is she still, what does she call it, exploring her sexuality?
Apparently so.
God, it's shaming. You know, her phone number's on back of every cubicle door in the gents of Wetherspoons.
What's worse is it's written in her own handwriting.
We just hope she's using protection, that's all. Oh, I bet I can't get these shoes on now I've taken them off.
Now, according to Wainwright, there should be 3 paths up to the summit.
Wainwright, the footballer?
That's Wayne Rooney, man. He's talking about Alfred Wainwright.
Oh, who's he when he's at home?
Some fella who buggered about in the lakes. Probably while his wife was sitting at home eating the gin.
Buggered about in the lakes? You're talking about the greatest fell walker ever. A man who spent all his spare time out on these hills, mastering each one, and then painstakingly writing down the routes to each summit, drawing them and sketching them to create the greatest books ever written. Each one a love letter to...
All right, Nathan. Don't go getting aroused in front of me mother. Doing all days.
He's very passionate, isn't he? He's about climbing on top of this mountain, I mean.
Who would you got that excited about climbing on top of me?
Well, it's very good of him to do all this for a man he never met. It takes the pressure off me.
Well, according to this, we should be coming up to some kind of a crossroads.
He bloody loves it. Organising, planning. It's the anal side in him.
Well, I'm very grateful. Left up to me, it'd be a toilet flush job.
Oh, that'd have been a lot friggin' easier on my bunions. Siggy, ma'am.
Oh, I'm a bit out of puff, actually. Are you allowed to smoke up here, do you think?
He recommends that we stick to the new path. Good old National Trust.
Nathan, can I smoke up here?
You are in, Denise, what is often referred to as the most beautiful part of the United Kingdom. An area of outstanding beauty. The air up here is as pure as it was from...
Yes or no, Nathan? I didn't ask for a lecture.
The question, Denise, is not can you smoke up here, to which the answer is a begrudging yes, but should you smoke up here, to which the answer is...
None of your fucking business.
Denise! I just don't understand you.
400 feet.
We've still got 400 feet of ascent, you know. I'm going to need you in your lungs at full capacity, please.
Well, can't we just do it here? Me and my mum are knackered.
Yeah, and my feet are swelling too. Look at that. I push my finger in and look, you can still see the imprint.
Have you not taken your water tablets?
Oh, I didn't want to. In case I needed to spend a what's-it up here.
I don't wish to worry you ladies, but we are running behind schedule.
Oh, sod off, Nathan. Let's just get it over with.
The instructions were very clear, Denise. The summit, it said. Not a third of the way up, not half the way, but the very top.
I can't be arsed.
And talking of Peter, I think now would be a good time to bring him out. Yvonne, if you'd like to bring out the guest of honour, please.
Oh, right. Hold on a minute. There you go, you selfish bastard.
What happened to the silver-plated urn you were going to purchase off eBay?
Oh, be reasonable, Nathan. That thing would have weighed a ton even when it were empty. Not to mention the 60 squid it would have cost. There's no way me mum were forking out for that. Besides, you don't mind, do you, Dad?
It hardly seems respectable.
Neither is buggering off and leaving your wife to raise 2 kids on her own. How many months pregnant with our Karen were you, ma'am?
7.5. 7.5 months.
Oh, yes, that must have been very difficult, Yvonne.
Never mind difficult, it were bloody hard.
One day, he says, I'm just popping down to the off licence because we've run out of milk. And that was the last I ever saw of him.
What did you do?
Well, luckily we had some of that powder stuff in the Oh, you mean about him bugging off the... Well, what could I do?
I'll tell you what she did. She picked herself up, dusted herself down, held her head up high, and said, I don't need no man to keep me. Didn't you, man?
I did, love. And then I went on the game. they weren't exactly queuing up to offer me work. No qualifications, no experience, 2 kiddies to support.
Well, I don't remember any of this.
Well, who do you think all them uncles were?
Well, I thought they were uncles. God, Mum, how could you?
Oh, it wasn't all bad. I didn't mind the sex, actually. It was a conversation I couldn't stand. My wife doesn't understand me, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I couldn't be bothered pretending to be interested. In the end, I was like, get it up, get it in, and get it over with.
See what you drove her to, you scumbag.
You know, in some ways, I think he did me a favour. Physical-wise, I mean. I was 34, divorced with 2 kiddies before I learned the power of the clitoris.
What do you mean?
Hey, do I need to hear this?
Men found it fascinating, absolutely fascinating. One of my regulars, Clive, he was an artist. He bunged me 50 quid to draw it, paint it, sketch it from all angles. Then there was Simon, the therapist. He paid me a fortune to sit for hours on end talking to it. And then there was Raymond. Oh, Raymond. I think he was my favourite.
Wow, what did he do?
Well, let's just say his hobby was stamp collecting. God, I miss him. So you see, your father leaving wasn't all bad.
Oh, but Marjorie, he hardly seems respectful.
I think it's quite fitting, actually. Something disposable, the way he thought we were.
Oh, don't be bitter, Denise, love.
I got good cause, and so are you. We shouldn't be doing all of this.
Yes, well, we're better than that, aren't we? So let's just get on with it.
All right then, ma'am. Whip off the top and don't breathe in.
Not yet, Denise, if you don't mind. The will was very specific, remember?
Come on now, Denise, love. A promise was a promise.
Well, I don't see why we have to do this. And what about our Karen here? Why does she always get out of it?
Oh, she'll be here. That reminds me, she sent me a text.
If she's not coming, I'm going back to the car.
She'll be here. She's just... Oh, I should have brought me reading glasses.
Give it here. Hi, ma'am. Running late because Lucius...
Lucius?
Must be her latest fella. Lucius scratched me vulva in Asda car park.
Oh! And what the hell were they doing?
Hold on, she sent another one. Hi, mum. Ignore last text, bastard autocorrect. Running late because Lucius scratched me vulva in Car in garage first thing, be there soon as. Typical.
Even allowing for a delay, I did anticipate we'd have encountered them by now. This is the primary route, unless they've chosen the eastern path via
The only route they've chosen is the one via the hotel bar, which is where we should be right now.
Oh, yes. A nice G&Z.
Oh.
Same line, I'm thinking of me waiting.
I could be sat with a glass. No, sod it, a bottle. A bottle of white Zinfandel and a tube of Pringles. Something to scrape off the hard skin on my heels. Perfect.
Quite the sophisticated your daughter, isn't she, Yvonne?
Oh, well, here they are. I was beginning to wonder, wasn't I, Lucius? I was getting rather anxious, actually. I was almost perspiring.
Was you really? Well, we've been walking for frigging hours waiting for you to arrive.
Hours? Really?
It was actually only 28 minutes, Karen. And that included 12 minutes while Denise took her brassiere off.
Nathan, you kinky devil.
I was sweating.
There was certainly nothing sexual about it, believe me.
Shame. Because my self-help book says that spontaneous lovemaking in an unusual area does wonders for your serotonin level.
Does it really?
Yeah. Only this morning, me and Lucius had Spur of the moment intimacy in the shower, didn't we, babe?
Yeah, babe.
You and Nathan should give it a go.
I don't like really sharing my loofah.
Nathan, it's all about expanding your horizons. Lucius didn't enjoy it the first time he had sex in the shower, did you, babe?
I did not, babe.
No. But then he was released from prison. And it completely changed his perspective on you. Who knows, Denise? A little bit of amorous outdoor action might cheer you up.
This is hardly a cheery occasion, is it?
Happiness is a state of mind, Denise. It's a decision. I try and find the positives in all situations, don't I, Lucius, babe?
Yeah, babe.
The girls at the office, they say, Kaz, they say, your positivity is infectious. It's like...
Herpes. That's infectious.
It's like a drug, they say. Kaz, they say, your positivity spreads around the office, gently touching everyone it comes into contact with, like a silent sexual offender. And I just say, yeah, I'm great, don't I, Lucius?
Yeah, babe.
But then, I am what you call a people person. People are drawn to me. I'm like the Pied Piper, and my pipe is my personality. It hypnotises them, mesmerises them, seduces them, really.
What a pile of old bollocks you do talk.
Oh, Denise, don't talk to your sister like that. Even if she is talking shite.
You see, Lucius, babe, this is why I put off you meeting my family for so long. Very oppressive, very small-minded. It's a miracle I've got as far as I have in the world of calorie control confectionery. It's no wonder my father left. My mother ran a very narrow homestead. No spontaneity, no sparkle. I can completely empathise with my father's yearning to escape.
You never even met him.
We were very close, spiritual-wise. A spirituality that transponded the physical world. Me and Lucius sensed that me and my father were very close. Aura-wise.
So close you couldn't even be bothered coming to his funeral.
I was ovulating.
You're too old to have a baby, Karen. Get a grip.
Well, that's what you know. Because there's a woman in Italy given birth to twins at 62 years of age.
Was it in vitro, Karen?
No, Naples, I think.
Matt, will you tell her? It's never going to happen.
Hey, my gynaecologist says I have a uterus of a woman half my age, and there's no reason why me and Lucius can't conceive.
Yes, well, must we discuss your uterus, our Karen, today of all days? It hardly seems respectful.
Well, she brought it up, Mother.
Yes, well, can we just all remember what we're doing here, please?
Thank you, Yvonne. At least someone's focused on the job in hand. And as such, I think it's time we made a move. We've gone way off the page schedule-wise, and it's doing my OCD no good at all.
Oh, Karen says I've got
Okay.
I don't know, babe.
No, that's just between us,
What's
darling.
OCD?
It's nothing. No,
Oversized
darling, just...
disorder.
Oversized clock disorder.
Obsessive-compulsive disorder. I think you'll find it's the correct phraseology.
I think I prefer Lucia's version.
And you suffer from that too, do you, Nathan?
Unfortunately, no. Not even a little bit. He just gets arsey if his DVDs aren't in alphabetical order.
If I can interrupt your smut fest for a second, I believe that there's a purpose for us being here today. One that remains 400 feet away.
Oh, God, is it that far?
Oh, that should be nothing for someone as toned and fit as you, Karen. Why? You worried you might not make it?
Well, No, it's just that Lucius hasn't had any sexual release for almost 4 years. And if he goes any longer, start walking funny, won't you, love there?
I reckon I've only got another 11 minutes.
And then what happens?
Well, then I'll have to relieve his tension.
What do you mean? I'm not sitting here watching you and Muscle Minnie here having it away on Silent Mountain.
Oh God, we go in the bushes.
Oh, very classy.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of physicality, Denise.
Oh, well, you'd know, wouldn't you? Hey, Lupus.
It's me. It's Lucius.
Hey, Lucius. You want to know what the boys used to call our Karen
Oh,
when we were
don't be out of
teenagers?
order now. Just
They used to call her the Burnley Bag, because everyone had a ride.
well, better a bike than a unicycle like you.
No, you were more of a tandem, weren't you, Karen? 2 at a time, so the Fisher twins reckoned.
Don't listen to a word she says, Lucius.
I don't mind, even if you were a bike. I'm a very keen cyclist.
That's enough! That's enough! You Philistine friggers! Here we are on your father's favourite fell in a part of the world that he called paradise. How proud would he be here? A daughter fagging it in one corner and another dry humping in t'other. In case you'd forgotten, we still have a reason for being here today, one that I intend to carry out to the letter.
Nathan, the will said to scatter the ashes on the fell, didn't it? Right, well, here seems a good a place as any.
At the summit, it said. At the summit.
Oh, what?
Oh, we don't get the money, and the solicitors are demanding photographic proof too.
All this buggering about for a lousy £100 each.
Each? Oh, well, I thought it were £100 between us.
I bloody hope not. What kind of pillock would drag us all the way up here for £30 each, eh, man?
I thought it were £100 between 3 of us too. You, me and Karen, love.
Nathan? Nathan!
I knew if I told you the truth, you wouldn't come.
You're telling me I dragged my postmenopausal up this overgrown hill for less than it costs for a decent cotton blow?
Well, we're here to honour your father, Denise. The money's not important.
Not important! Of course it's important! All his life, that man gave me, us, nothing! And you
Stay calm, our Denise.
stay calm. The only way I'd stay calm is if I use my husband's testicles as a stretch ball.
Nathan, lovey, in the interest of your own personal safety and that of your donuts, I suggest you climb to the top and finish the job we came here for.
One day you'll thank me for this, Denise.
Don't hold your breath. And as far as I'm concerned, when you reach the top, you can keep walking.
Oh, look, just go. She'll have calmed down by the time you get back.
Nathan, you need someone to take a photo, don't you? Lucius, do you love her a favour and accompany Nathan to the summit, will you? Who knows? A little bit of altitude might calm your ardour.
Will do, babe.
Oh, hurry back, my big muscling noise-making machine.
Proud.
I can't believe it. What an absolute bastard.
Don't be like that, love. Nathan meant well.
I don't mean Nathan. I mean that fucker in the flora tub. £100. That's what we were worth to him. 100 shitty quid is all he left us.
Do you want my advice, Denise?
Does anyone?
You need to stop focusing on the material. Money is meaningless.
Try saying that when you've got tuition fees to pay and a shih tzu with type 1 diabetes.
It's true though. Possessions are temporary. The only true currency is love.
Bollocks.
The other day, I saw a homeless man in the street, and you know, I gave him my purse, my watch, everything I had of value. And do you know why I did that? Because he was truly happy. All he had was the shirt on his back and the knife in his hand. And he were happy.
Do you actually hear the crap that comes out of your mouth?
Come on now, Denise, love. He's not worth getting upset over.
It's just, it hurts. Even after all this time, it can still get to me.
Just remember, Denise, pain is progress. From grief comes growth.
Oh, Jesus.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Ow! Ow, that hurt you, mad bitch!
I'm helping you grow, sis.
No, she just hit me!
Oh, come on now, girls.
I just wish I had a baseball bat, Karen, because I progressed the shit out of you.
I said that's enough. You're acting like children.
Well, she started it.
Oh, really? You started
I said enough. Now we're going to sit here and be nice to each other if it kills us. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm starving. Who fancies a butty?
I'm not hungry.
That's the first.
Karen.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
What did you mean?
Well, it's just that looking at you reminds me that a woman needs to be vigilant of a wandering midriff when she hits 50.
You cheeky!
Denise.
I'll have you know I can still fit in my wedding dress, actually.
Well, that's what happens when you get married 8 months pregnant.
Nathan likes something to grab hold of, actually.
Well, it's a good job, because with an ass the size of that, he's got to have a second pair of hands and a Jason.
That's it. I'm having it.
Oh, no. Get up! No, you're big.
Enough. Stop. No.
I said enough, both of you. Two middle-aged women brawling in public. It's not the Jeremy Springer show. Now sit down, the pair of you, shut your mouths and eat something. Come on now.
I said I'm not.
I don't care. Now, Karen, I've got tuna and mayo, or I've got cheese and oh, looks like piccalilli.
Do you have a vegetarian option?
Yeah, it's called fuck off.
Since when were you a vegetarian?
Since I discovered that meat is murder.
Oh, you weren't a veggie at our Shigna's 50th. You polished off half a dozen mini chicken Kievs.
Lucia says the body doesn't need meat. The earth provides enough protein without resorting to animal genocide. Lucius reckons that humans weren't even designed to eat meat, and we can survive on what Mother Nature and Tesco's Express provide.
And where the friggin' hell did you pick him up from anyway?
At the gym, if you must know. He's my personal trainer.
You're shagging your personal trainer. You're such a cliche, Karen.
He fulfills my needs.
Well, that's all
He
it.
fulfills one, you mean?
And what's that supposed to mean? Jealous, are we?
Not at all, sis. I've no complaints in that department, thank you.
Really?
No, I don't, Mother.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Oh. Oh, must be more to our
Yeah, there must be more to Nathan than me.
I'm not talking about Nathan, you silly cows. Yeah, let's just say I have a friend.
Oh my God, she's taken a lover. I have literally never been prouder.
Who is it?
I call him Vincente. Well, I think he's pretty amazing, actually.
In what way?
Well, he's hard-working, tender, and he can go for hours, if you know what I mean. And you know, the only thing he expects from me It's 3 AAA batteries every 6 weeks.
I don't get it.
Oh, Mum, you asked for the uptake. She's got a bag.
All right, keep your voice down, will you? Here, pass me bag. I brought him with me.
What did you bring it up here for?
Well, I thought he might like a change of scenery.
Bloody hell, our Denise, what does Nathan think?
Oh, he pulled a face at first. He said I was trying to replace him. I said, of course I'm not, sweetheart. If I was, it would be 3 inches shorter and hung slightly to the left.
See now, isn't it better when we're all getting along? Not at each other's throats morning, noon and night. Us 3 should stick together like we used to, yeah?
Why are you doing this, ma'am? I mean, really, because it's not for the money, is it?
Oh, is it buggery? It's just, oh, I don't know. He was my husband, he was your father. That has to mean something, hasn't it?
Didn't mean much to him, did it?
No, I don't suppose it did. But it's about being the better person. This was your dad's dying wish. And lying, cheating, thieving, scumbag that he was, doing this for him is us being the better people.
My eyes! Oh, my eyes! I can't see, Denise, I can't see!
Oh, Jesus, what the hell's happened to you?
I don't know really. I was stood waiting with the camera when he takes the lid off the margarine tub and a big gust of wind blew your dad back into his face.
Get him out of me! Get him out of me!
It sounds like me on my wedding night. Oh, sitting down, sitting down.
Well, don't just stand there, people. Get something to rinse his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Here, Nathan, hold your head back. There you go.
Oh shit, it burns! It burns! Christ, somebody help me!
What the hell's in this?
oh God, it's vodka.
Vodka?
Yeah. That's why I've been so calm all day. Shit-faced.
Oh, Mum.
Oh, man.
I'm still blind, you know.
Oh, hush, Nathan.
Oh, it's not always about you, you know.
Well, we've done what was asked, so can we finally get down off this sodding hill? Oh, there's a bar in Grasmere with a drink in it and my name's on it.
Come on, Mr. Magoo, we need you to guide us.
I think I'm too blind to lead the way.
Oh, man up, you big tart.
Not one of you know what it's like to have a bit of your father in your eye.
I wouldn't say that. We weren't married, so.